Jamal Myers here for JN Media with a long-time friend Carl Prince.
What a great introduction, mate.
Oh, mate, yeah,
no one's ever been referred. I've never been referred to as a friend before by anyone.
We've got to say it how it is. We've known each other a very long time. You're going to be flying out to Abu Dhabi on Monday with Lerone Murphy for Fight Island. What a surreal time this is. In all your years of being fond of the sport, being a part of the sport, how unprecedented and crazy is this time?
I think this is why I like the sport. I think this is why I got into the sport in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, where it'd be like a Kumite or something like that, and everyone
like
hiring
blood
a little island that some guy with a bald head with loads of money could like shout at people and tell them what to do. I think it works quite well. Just sadly, I'm not the bald guy on this occasion.
Not yet. Could very well replicate that in the UK, mate.
No, thank you.
So, in terms of how this all came about, when we go way back till September, and I'll speak to Lerone about this as well, such an unconventional way into the UFC for him. For you, you've developed a really strong relationship with Sean Shelby that has helped in him getting into that position.
I don't know about strong. I hesitate to use the word strong, but yeah, we have a decent relationship.
You have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how that relationship came about and how important it is to be on this side of the world to have a good relationship with a person like him as well.
It's integral, isn't it? I'll answer the last part of the question first, I think. I was living in Las Vegas, working for an organisation on the Strip at the Rio Casino, and Sean Shelby was coming on occasion just to scout some people. In fact, 5 of the guys off the show are now in the UFC. So he was just using that as like a bit of a night out and a bit of a way to get a bit of a farm understanding other fighters, maybe giving the opportunities for agents to showcase other fighters on our events and all that good stuff. So I would say a passive relationship, how are you doing, how's it going and all that good stuff. And then by virtue of that, I've been speaking to a couple of guys in America about Lerone, and they almost spoke to Sean Shelby first for me. And then when I spoke to Sean Shelby about Lerone, he was very aware of him and watched him compete and all that good stuff. And he was just like, just to let you know, we're ready to fight. I was just keeping in tune with where he was at in terms of performances. Just fought a guy, got to 8-0, and then that was it really. Didn't think anything of it whatsoever. And Lerone was away on holiday in Jamaica and quite heavy, do you know what I mean? And then I just received an email from Shelby saying, it was like surreal. That was a surreal moment in itself. A date, an opponent. Do you want it? And I just sent it to him, and he just sent me back saying, "Is that for me?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's fine."
He thought that it was about one of his teammates.
Yeah, because what it is, do you know, everybody in the gym, we all have a bit of a role, but he's very studious, mate. Yeah, once you speak to me, I've been into the sport since the outset, since I was like 14 years old. I'm 39 now. Yeah. So he's very studious in understanding the game. When I've got a fight that I'm on the fence about from one of the other people in the team, I always send it to him, and like I'll know by what his first word is, but if I was right, I was wrong, and usually I'm wrong in his opinion. So no, but on this occasion, he was like, "That's for me, I'll take it. No matter what it is, we'll just take it." We just wanted the opportunity, so 3 weeks, and then we was there, mate.
And it was a very, it wasn't an easy fight at all. Let alone, you're not going to get easy fights in the UFC, and jumping from a promotion like FCC, which isn't a traditional feeder promotion. But saying that, we've got 3 fighters from FCC that are fighting during this whole time, so it definitely has its place.
I think the Northwest in the whole, isn't it? Like, whether it be FCC or UKFC or ICFC or however, the scene is big, and we're all aware of who's coming up, and there's no surprise that the people who are main eventing, co-main eventing are now on the big show.
That must be cool for you to see as well, because you'll know a lot of these people. It's definitely cool for me to see.
We're getting on a private jet to Abu Dhabi, and I know half the people from the scene in here, and all from like the amateur circuit, and it's like we're all like following our dreams, living the same life, flying on a plane, sitting in a hotel, and it's a good place to be. And to go back to the first opponent, when it came to Zabera, on a personal level, I used to work for ACB, so to fight someone from Chechnya, I had like a bit of an inside baseball within it all. So it was a good fight for us. As soon as we got it, we liked the fight. And then everyone was saying, "Oh, why would you fight a Russian with all this wrestling?" But that's the fight. They're the fights we want. We want the hard fights within the UFC because we believe that we're above and beyond that level anyway. So then right now we're fighting a guy who's had 6 fights, and we're just a baby at this. We've had 1. We believe that he's going to be the one that should be, the odds should be against him. That's where our thought process is.
I definitely think when speaking about Ricardo Ramos, 6-fight veteran, 5 wins, 1 loss in the UFC. When you look at someone like that, from his perspective, and I might be speaking out to him, but it might be easy for a fighter like him to overlook. Like Lerone.
Perhaps so.
And that is always to the detriment of the person who he's doing it.
I hope he is.
We've seen it time and time again. I remember when Tony Ferguson fought Lando Venata.
Oh yeah.
Lando's first fight in the UFC, and immediately on the big stage. And there's always those opportunities when you're going up against a higher ranked opponent. So you guys must thrive off those opportunities.
That's what I say to all the guys in this gym. You've got to stay ready, because the best opportunities happen when you're not ready. And you never want to be that guy who said, I could have got into the UFC, but I was 200 pounds on the couch, and then that was it. You have to stay ready, because like I said, Lando Venata, very similar style to Lerone, went on and put in a great showing against someone who would say like a perennial contender, maybe 100%. Lost 2 in the UFC in his whole life. So
in terms of how this whole period has been for you, how did your coaching style in terms of keeping tabs on your fighters' fitness and general well-being since lockdown, how did that change? Are you quite hands-on with all your fighters, constantly checking up and dishing a bit of stick out when you need to?
I am, but not really with Lerone, if I'm honest. Because what it is, we have a relationship, a very professional relationship, and he's very, very professional. Like, that makes sense. I always say I'm not keeping score, but I know the score where he's at, because I trust that he's there. When it comes to fight time, 4 weeks out, 5 weeks out, I'll take control, because I believe he should just be worrying about showing up at the gym. And right now he's in the mire, 2 weeks out. It's like training, you've been training for a while. Obviously we're supposed to fight in March, we sat down for a few weeks, so it's like I've really got to guide him through this little bit of process. And we invest in one another. I go off how he feels, I'll ask him what he wants to do and what's making him feel good, and because at this moment in time it's just about having a smile on your face. The hard work's done. So we just constantly communicate. I'm constantly communicating with like 40 guys at the moment, but with him especially, with the focus on him. But our relationship's a little bit different, because we've been doing this together for a while now, and also I trust that I don't have to check on him. Are you getting the right sleep? Who are you going there? It's not that. He without ever being a professional, he was already a professional. So it's great, mate. It makes my job much easier.
And it's definitely in your favour that Lerone's first fight was in Abu Dhabi, because the question probably on a lot of people's lips that might not know that is the time period in which you're flying out going to be enough to adjust to the temperature, climate and everything? You've been there and done that on the biggest stage possible, Khabib's undercard. So is that even a thing? Is it even worth asking?
No. Do you know what, we're obviously going to try and acclimate. The only difference is from this time is the time of the fight. So we'll probably be fighting around 3-4 a.m. local time, and like 1 a.m. here. So obviously not really a time that we're training. And again, when we fought last time, we fought on Abu Dhabi time, so we was fighting at like 7 p.m. over here. So that's the only little thing that we're going to spend the next week or so acclimating to, is like just training at the correct time, getting the body right, like eating on the correct schedule, because like obviously being 3 hours in front, your circadian rhythm changes and all the signs of that. So you've got to adjust to that, and then you've got to adjust to the fact that you're probably fighting when you're usually sleeping. So we're going to have like late starts and all that business. I'm going to start that as of this weekend.
And as long as I've known you, like outside of the coaching profession that you've done, you've always had other things going on, whether it's been matchmaking, your position with ACB. How much have they shaped you as an individual in this sport, and what would you say was the most difficult period out of all that?
All of it.
It's
been like a crazy journey, you know. What I was very complicit with once I stopped training to compete when I was about 5 years ago now. 5 years ago. I just knew that I just had to do everything that I needed to do, and do everything that everybody wasn't doing. I just took my approach from the gym. I was never a gifted athlete. So what I always tried to do was try to do all the things that people weren't doing on top of what they were doing, and then going away and studying myself and like learning that. And I just brought that over to this. Like, I'm prepared. All I ever want to do is coach. That's what I want everyone to know. Like matchmaking, all that good stuff. I don't really like that. That's just going to an office for me. It's just what pays the bills. I've got 3 kids, and while these lads are on the way up, I don't want to take any money off them. We're all like grow together. But now we're in a position where we have our own gym. I'm really trying to arrow in on something. I truly believe you can only be great at one thing. And I'm trying to be great at everything. And by trying to be great at everything, I'm really diluting what I really want to be great at, and what I think my calling is, and what my passion is. I'm dead fortunate, mate. If I didn't have anything to do, I would do this. So I'll just keep doing this and make sure that no stone unturned for me and for my guys, just to make sure that they'll go on to be the best in the world, and I'll just keep progressing, and we can keep progressing together, and then everybody will be the first name on everybody's lips in England. You know, that's the goal. And
when you look at the Manchester scene in general, we touched on it before, but in your gym alone, you've got Kane representing Bellator, you've got Lerone in the UFC. And then obviously outside of that we've got Brendan in the PFL, which it's incredible to have three.
Yeah, and you look, you've got to, let's give everyone else credit, that makes sense. You've got to look at Jack Cartwright, Cage Warriors champion, you've got to look at Saul Rogers, Bellator fighter. Yeah. It's like a who's who, I think, in the North. Well, obviously Lerone's the first ever fighter from Manchester to be signed from the UFC. The other two are from our gym, like Aaron Wilkinson, Brendan Loughnane, both like have come through the same like breeding ground that we're in. So we're very proud of that, and it really, like, Lerone's like the first of a long conveyor belt of a lot of talent coming through. So we're proud that not only that he's going to be the first one representing us, but he's really the benchmark for everybody else. Like, he'll come onto the mat and be like the team captain and really guide the team forward. So the team and Lerone and the gym is in a great place, mate.
And do you already get that sense that young people looking up to Lerone? Because I remember when I was growing up, like you said, it's only Brendan and Aaron Wilkinson from our city that were representing the UFC on a big stage, even through the Ultimate Fighter. So that was just cool to be around those guys at that time, from my perspective when I was growing up. So do you see him having a similar effect? Yeah,
the thing is, if you're not inspired and you spend every day with him, you're doing the wrong sport. Just do something different, because like I come from like a team sports background, football, and obviously, as you know, boxing and stuff like that. So I've been around professional sports, and there's just no secret to getting better. Yeah, there's no secret. It's about showing up first, leaving last, not leaving any stone unturned in your training, going home and living it, breathing it. And everybody's probably watched that Michael Jordan like documentary now at this point, but it just shows you that if you want to be world class, you have to be obsessed. And like when they come on the mat, like, that makes sense. I have a lot of guys come up to saying, I want to strike like that, I want to get like that, but all they're thinking about is the destination. I want to get there, I want to get there. It's not about that. It's about every day, the journey just keeps going. And you've got to keep walking on that journey, and if you do, you're going to get somewhere, I promise you, because we'll help you get there, like we did with him. But irrespective of what gym he would have gone in, he would have had that same level of professionalism and gone like that anyway. Does that make sense? So he's just born to do it.
Is the journey for you, are you taking it like literally a step at a time, considering where Lerone's come from, and the depth in the division is absolutely
it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it?
I'd imagine if you got offered a big name, you'd take it in a heartbeat. But
well, the thing is, we're here to fight, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, and we're obviously taking big fights already. We could have easily turned down we could easily turn down Ricardo Ramos, you know what I mean? And obviously we had a good fight with Gabriel Benitez scheduled, another guy who'd had 8 fights in the UFC and won 5 of them. So it's not like we're not asking for easy fights, and we're definitely not getting.
There aren't any easy fights in the UFC either.
Of course, especially not a featherweight, as you say. So like, and also we're looking to make a name for ourselves quickly as well. Like, the thing is, with some people who go to the UFC, they go to the UFC and they need those builder fights. They need to put themselves in that. That's not us. Right. We're ready to go, and we're showing that we're ready to go in performances in the gym, out the gym, and we're going to show that again on the 15th of July.
So, ideally for you, this time next year, you'd be looking at Lerone being in the top 10, pushing in the top 10. Is that
I don't like goals. The only thing about goals is they become empty when you reach them. Right. Does that make sense? So I totally expect him to challenge for the world title in 3 years. Right. I totally expect that to happen. I don't want to put a time scale on it. Everyone else has their own agenda. Who knows? No one expected coronavirus, did they? No. So this is the thing. I like to plan, but I live day to day. But I know ultimately, at the end of this, that people are going to be talking about us for a long time.